That's a deal breaker for me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll say this.
Mhm.
If it happened in the past and it wasn't in the context, some, I've thought about this a lot lately, right? Is it cheating if you're not married? So,
That's true.
in a committed relationship and you cheated, how long ago? Um, how long ago did it take place? What's the context? How did I find out about that taking place? Did you share it with me proactively, or did it just kind of slip out or come up, or because if because I think, and that goes back to that safe place thing. Like we have to be able to be transparent, and none of us is perfect into any relationship, and we're gonna bring some level of baggage at a certain stage and age in life where we are. So if my woman and came to me and said like, hey, listen, this happened and we were in conversation and we're talking about something and she explained and she was able to say, hey, listen, this is what I walked away from it with, this is what I learned from that particular situation, I can move forward. Now you cheat on me, I'm out. It's not gonna be a conversation. It's not, and I hold myself to the same standard. you
Okay.
know I'm married, I'm not cheating, I'm not gonna try to justify it. I believe in that. I
Okay.
think you should, if you are married, your needs should be met by the woman that you're with. And if that's not happening, we work it out. If we can't work it out, we figure it out until we decide we can't be together. Right. But the cheating part are ultimate deal breakers for me. That's a non negotiable when it comes to me. In your past, I know it took me a little while to get there, but in your past, there is some room for me to understand that based on the circumstance.
Okay. Anu, what's up?
There's some things God's still working on me, so I'm just like, hey, look, I'm not gonna condone cheating. Let's put it that way. My first relationship I was in, I think we had like a huge argument over it's like Christmas break. She went home. I think she went out with her first boyfriend. They had a little rendezvous, and like she kind of things happened, and she tried to come back to me, explain what happened. At the time I was like livid. I didn't even want to listen to her. I don't know exactly what I've said last said to her, but I'm like, I'm not even sure. It took me a while to even forgive her, but I was like, you know what? There was no way I was going back after that point. I think that to me was a deal breaker. Deal breaker then. I think it goes down to trust and respect. It was like there's no way, even though if we had an agreement at that point, how can I trust and respect you when you're willing to run to the comfort of another man versus explain things to me? So that was my thought process back then. I was a younger, immature, more ratchet individual, and I get that. I don't see myself. I think I would be able to reason a lot more, but like I can still remember like how boiling mad I was during that whole fiasco. I don't think I've never would say I cheated in a relationship or even cheated to get out of a relationship. To me, that's definitely a huge deal
I
breaker,
like that. I like that. That is
and that's definitely
those two
something.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely something I would even address in the courting phase and get to know someone phase. Again, when things don't work out, like what is your exit strategy? If your exit strategy is like, you know what, I'm gonna run to somebody else. At least that's like the heads up for me to like, okay, exit left immediately, because I don't want to be left looking a fool, and vice versa. I don't want to act recklessly and have someone else feel that the same way. That's just me.
Okay. All right. So I just want to confirm. So you said you haven't been forgiven for cheating.
Well, I haven't cheated, so I never had to ask for forgiveness for cheating.
Okay. I was coming through the back door to ask you that
Okay.
question.
As people cheated on me, people's cheated on me. Yes, they
Yeah, you
have.
said. Yeah, you just told.
I mean, right now there's a friend request in my IG that still says, "Do you want to be friends?" Follow back. This has been unread for like how many years now. So I'm just
Oh
saying,
snap! It's like that.
it's like, hey, my petty goes deep.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna take this. Christopher, where is he?
Yeah,
Yeah, good.
I'm
So,
here.
cheating for you. Um, deal breaker? Is it something based on the situation?
My party line is definitely deal breaker, not permitted. But I have forgiven someone in the past. It's just that in hindsight, it wasn't a very good idea, and we were already on shaky ground. I think I forgave the person, and then I think I called her like 2 or 3 days later, and she was going out with a work colleague, and I think I just left the phone call and I called her the next day and I said we were done, and it was real brief. It was like, "Hello, how you doing? We're done. Don't speak to me again." And I think I tried to be the bigger person to get past it, but it's like what everybody's saying, the breakdown in trust. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it can work. So even on principle, when I want to say I won't forgive, I think that just the practical side, I don't know how it works. Anyway, moving on. If I was getting to know someone and they told me that they had cheated in the past, I think me being me, as long as as long as we have some kind of connection, I'm more than likely going to. It's not my place to forgive. I'm just going to move past that. I think, yeah, I can definitely do that. But there will always be something at the back of my mind, unless, there'll always be something there. So I think I'm definitely more lenient if we're talking about the past. People do all sorts of things. I do sometimes think, however, a lot of times, like 90% of the time, you cannot escape your past. So even when you're trying to be really nice, I guess it really comes down to who you are and who you're trying to look for in another person, because we all can change completely. It's just that a lot of us just choose not to. So, yeah, that's it really.
So, David, cheating. Have you been forgiven for cheating, sir? Would you forgive someone who cheated on you? How do you feel about it? Does it depend on the situation, the position?
I've never cheated before. That's one.
Okay.
I think someone has cheated on me before, but I think that was kind of like high school kind of love or high
Okay.
school relationship. So for me, I'm just like whatever.
Did you forgive it?
I mean, at that point we were already kind of done. So
Oh,
so for me, I was just like, you know what, it's all right. So but I think I really resonate with what Chris said, in the sense that I think if someone cheated on me, I would be able to get past it. Um, Essentially because for me, I think people do grow. I think growth is real. Growth and change is real. And when I say that, I mean, like, people might have done something in their past when they were when they're in particular situations, or when they were actually when they're at a particular point in their life, and I think to sort of deny someone of the reward for growth is a bit unfair, because if someone told me that they cheated before in their relationship, before we started dating, and
yeah.
because of that I'm not going to be with them regardless of what I can see at the moment, then if everyone does that, I mean, that person's probably not going to be with someone else, or I mean, fair enough, the people who have also cheated might not even want to be with you if we all go by that kind of yardstick. So for me, I think at the end of the day, it will be just like what Chris was saying. What was the circumstances, or what was the point at the time, and things like that. And can I really see a change? Can I see that this person is really for real? Now, that being said, I mean, I can agree with the point that people's past is the past is always going to be there, so you're going to always sort of think about it. If, for example, some kind of situation comes up and things like that. But then I think it goes to the person as well, going to prove to you that they're being changed. You can't shoot me or hurt me and be telling me when I should get over the pain of it. I'm the one who's feeling the pain, not you. So so you need to do things to actually help me get to that point where I actually feel that you have really changed and you're really made a U-turn. So I would forget. I would forgive a cheat, but then I would need to definitely see, like, okay, there's changes, and this is the new track path we're on, and this is how you're doing things, and things like that. So.
Okay. Even when a woman says, you know what, cheating for me is a deal breaker and da da da, you'll always have people, fellow women, who say that, well, it's different, like just excusing or giving excuses to why you should accept it and it should be okay. So I'm hearing you guys say, and it has to be a two-way street. If you're one who's not ready to forgive it, then you definitely know that if you do it, then it's not forgiven as well. So, but then again, it's like the question is, and someone, I can't remember where it was, when someone was saying in terms of percentages of people cheating, they'd be surprised by who is guilty. And I haven't looked at it, and I don't know, it's hard to report, but I like to say that women are a lot cleaner with theirs. They wipe their mouth after they've eaten an oily dish, so you may not catch them. So it's hard to say what's what. And then, Onu, you said something I thought was key. You said two things about cheating, which is, they're different things, but it really is big. One is, okay, you're cheating because blah, 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 whatever the case may be. You can have a bunch of reasons, but then again, you're cheating to get out of the relationship. Two different things, and that happens a lot, because sometimes some guys don't want to break up with you. And they'll probably do it a couple times disrespectfully, and I use the term disrespectfully because they're doing it so you can see, because they want you to break up with them. Sounds crazy, but it happens.